News, news, news! Welcome to the big news! Here on your afternoon, Science and Space. Do you know that the Big Apple produces almost 1% of US greenhouse gases? We have the four main story highlights. 1. New York City produces 1% of US greenhouse gases. C report says city has 2.7% of country's population. New Yorkers contribute a third of the emission of average Americans. Mayor Bloomberg hoping to cut emissions by 3% by 2030. The study, released on Tuesday, was ordered by Mayor Michael Bloomberg to assess the city's progress in reducing its greenhouse gas emissions by 3%. It was conducted by Mayor's Office Long-Term Planning and Sustainability. The study found that the buildings, subways, buses, cars, and decomposition of waste in America's most populous city produced a net emission of 58.3 million metric tons of greenhouse gases in 2005. The report says that the city's emissions are currently as much as those in Ireland or Portugal. The US total was 7.26 billion metric tons for that year. Greenhouse gases as including carbon dioxide, methane, and other gases essentially trap energy from the sun, which warms the Earth's surface and lower atmosphere. Many scientists believe human activity that increases those gases is contributing to global warming. The Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change in United Nations network of 2,000 scientists warned last week of possible catastrophic risks such as floods, diseases, food shortages, species extinction, and human suffering total to the world. The city has 27% of the country's population, 8.2 million of 300 million, and the average New York City resident contributes less than a third of the emissions generated by a typical American. This is largely due to the popularity of the city's mass transit system, which cuts down on car emissions, officials told us today on News. The operation of the city's hundreds of thousands of buildings which consume electricity, natural gas, fuel oil, and steam contribute 79% of the city's emission total. The study found that the city's focus on environmental friendly initiatives, including alternative fuel vehicles, energy-efficient traffic lights, and green buildings, appears to have helped stabilize emissions rates in recent years. How good is this news? That USA cares about the world, and we also. Thank you. This is all for today.